and Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Nurul Syamimi binti Abdullah and my matrix number is 2019-255-632. Today, me and my friends going to present about air pollution. Before we go further, let's get to know the members of this group.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Putri Nur Atira Balkis binti Othman. My student ID number is 2019-279-576.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Niza Izazi binti Mahathir. My student ID is 2019-418898 and I come from class 5.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Afiq Najwan bin Jamili and my matric number is 2019-241-542.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Firdaus bin Maudin. My student number is 2019-222-426. I come from class 5.
Air pollution. Air pollution is a mix of hazardous substances made from human and natural sources. Hazardous substances are air toxics from vehicle emissions, fuels, oils, and natural gas to heat homes, byproduct of manufacturing and power generation, particularly as coal fuel power plants and fumes from chemical production are the primary sources of human-made air pollution. Natural release hazardous substances into the air such as smoke from wildfires, ash and gases from volcanic eruption, and gases like methane, which are emitted from decomposed and organic matter in soils. Ozone is a gas that major part of air pollution in the city. Ozone is an atmospheric gas. It's often called smoke when at ground level. It is emitted from pollutants by cars, power plants, and other sources. Chemically react in the presence of sunlight. Air pollution is not just outside, but also inside the building can also be polluted and affect your health. Indoor air pollution is 2 to 5 times worse than air pollution at outdoors. Outdoor air pollution ranks among the top 10 killers on Earth. Inhaling air pollution takes away at least 1 until 2 years of a typical human life. Noxious gases include carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, and sulfur oxide are components of motor vehicle emissions and byproduct of industrial processes. Particulate matter (PM) is composed of chemicals such as sulfates, nitrates, carbon, or mineral dust. Vehicle and industrial emission from fossil fuel combustion, cigarette smoke, and burning organic matter such as wildfires all contain particulate matter. Volatile organic compounds (VOC) vaporize at or near room temperature. VOC are given off by paints, cleaning supplies, pesticides, some finishing, and even craft material like glue. Polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbon (PAH) are organic compounds containing carbon and hydrogen. In addition to combustion, many industrial processes such as iron, steel, and rubber product manufacturing, as well as power generation, also produce PAH as a byproduct.
I will present about the sources of air pollution. There are 4 main types of air pollution sources, which is natural sources, vehicle sources, stationary sources, and area sources. Example of natural sources is forest fire, volcano eruption, and greenhouse gases. Forest fire produce carbon monoxide and other harmful gases that would increase the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Meanwhile, greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and methane occur naturally in the atmosphere. When volcanoes erupt, they eject volcanic ash and gases such as sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere, which can kill nearby residents and make the soil infertile for years. Example for vehicle sources is cars, motorcycles, buses, planes, and trucks. When gasoline is burned to these vehicles, it produces carbon monoxide, which is a colorless and odorless gas. Example for stationary sources is power plants, industrial facilities, and factories. They also produce other common pollutants including nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, and hydrocarbons. These chemicals react with sunlight to produce smoke, a thick fog or haze of air pollution. Chemicals called chlorofluorocarbons or CFC are also a dangerous form of air pollution that were found in gases that cool refrigerators, in foam products, and in aerosol cans. For area, agricultural areas and cities are also sources of air pollution. The city traffic produces highly concentrated carbon monoxide because of vehicles. Therefore, all these sources lead to an air pollution. This is the picture that shows pollutant emission.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Afiq Najwan, and I'm going to present about effects of air pollution. Okay, most of us know that there are so many effects of air pollution, but I only state a few of them. Okay, first of all, we have global warming. The first effect is global warming. Global warming is one of the most worrying effects for scientists and environmentalists. Global warming is a direct consequence of greenhouse effect, which is produced by high emission of CO2 and methane into the atmosphere. Most of these emissions are produced by the industry and vehicle. So this can be remedied by social responsibility and action by companies and factories, and also the user of vehicle that on the road. Okay, the second effect is climate change. Climate change is another consequence of global warming. When the temperature of the planet increase, there are a disturbance in the usual climatic cycles. Okay, accelerating the changes of these cycles in an evident way. Okay, due to climate change, the mass of the poles is melting, and this is leading to flooding and the rising of sea levels. Okay, the third effect is acid rain. The gases emitted by industries, power plants, boilers, heating, and transport are very toxic. Those gases include sulfur dioxide (SO2) and nitrogen oxides (NO) issued into the atmosphere that come from fossil fuels burning. When those substances accumulate in the atmosphere and react with the water, they form dilute solutions of nitric and sulfuric acid. And when those concentrations become rain, both the environment and surfaces suffer from that acid rain. Last but not least, the last effect is extinction of animal species. As the ice masses of the poles melt and sea levels rise, many animal species whose survival depends on oceans and rivers are threatened. Currents change, ocean temperatures and migratory cycles change, and many animals are forced to seek food in environments unknown to them. Deforestation and poor soil quality also mean the disappearance of ecosystems and habitats, and definitely an imbalance in the behavior of many wild animals.
So now, I'm going to share a few tips on how to prevent air pollution. First and foremost, what you can do is say no to plastic bags. The use of plastic products could be very harmful to the environment as they take a very long time to decompose due to their material made up of oil. The use of paper bag instead is a better alternative as they decompose easily and are recyclable. Second way is using public transport. Using public transport is a sure short way of contributing to less air pollution as it provides with less gas and energy. Even carpools contribute to it. In addition to less release of fuels and gas, using a public transport can also help in saving money. Third way is turn off the lights when not in use. This is because the energy that the lights takes also contribute to air pollution. Thus, less consumption of electricity can save energy. Use energy-saving fluorescent lights to help the environment. Next is recycle and reuse. The concept of recycle and reuse is not just conserve resources and use them judiciously, but also helpful for air pollution as it helps in reducing air pollution emission. The recycled products also take less power to make other products. Next is reduction of forest fires and smoking. The collecting of garbage and getting it on fire in dry seasons or dry leaves catching fires is a huge factor for causing air pollution. Moreover, smoking also causes air pollution and causes the air quality to worsen along with obviously damaging one's health. The sixth way is use filters for chimneys. The gas that is emitted from fireplace in homes and factories are extremely dangerous for air pollution and harms the air quality severely. The use of filters should be used at least if the consumption could not be lessened. This will help to reduce the effect of harmful gases absorbing in the air. Last but not least is implement afforestation. What we can do is plant and grow as many trees as possible. The practice of planting trees provides a lot of benefits to the environment and helps with the release of oxygen.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I want to talk about the current issue around the world about air pollution. Firstly, we're going to talk about the open fire in Australia, which the factor is bushfire. Bushfire tends to occur when the light and heavy fuels loads in a forest have dried out, usually following a period of low rainfall, which we dry season. The potential for extreme fire weather varies greatly throughout Australia, both in the frequency and severity. Warming temperature means that Australia will likely continue to suffer from the massive bushfire. Australia is suffering from one of its worst fire seasons in history, with more than 2,000 people killed, thousands of homes destroyed, and 1 million of acres burned so far. What is it related with the open fire and the air pollution? When the smoke fire become the major hazard, the spread of the smoke from fires in the Victoria and New South Wales, which has affected air quality as far away as New Zealand. Now let's move to the next issue, is burning forest by the Indonesia. The burning usually peaks from July to October during Indonesian dry season. During this season, all the farmers want to clear their plantation, and they use a slash and burn method to clean their all plantation. Because they use this method because it can save the cost and also time to clean their plantation area. And almost every year, a smoky has blanketed the Southeast Asian region, which is signaling the return of the forest fire in Indonesia. The haze usually measures the hundreds of kilometers across. It has spread to Malaysia, Singapore, and the south of Thailand and Philippines, causing a significant deterioration air quality. Now let's move to the effect to other country Asian. Almost every year the air pollution have been ongoing problem with many country in South Asian region, and Malaysia is the one of the worst affected. In Malaysia, hundreds of schools have been forced to, after the haze reached a very unhealthy level of 208 on the air pollution index in several districts. Many people develop a chronic respiratory eyes and ailment, creating a large demand for health service. Premature death may be occur among the medically vulnerable people who have suffered long-term exposure to the haze. Schools and business were forced to close for the period of the day to the weeks, and part of Sarawak being under a state of emergency at the height of the crisis. Air and land machine transport were affected by the drastically reduced visibility. Airports were closed, and the haze was implicated in a number of ship collisions and commercial airliner crash in North Sumatra.
In this session, we can see all the picture that were captured by researcher. For the first on the top, we can see the bushfire occur in the Australia, and also the others can see at Indonesia. We can see how the farmer use the metal slash and burn. Okay, that's all from me. And now I'm passed to the next present.
In summary, air pollution is the most important global public health issue. This is because humans are exposed to air more than anything else. Health effects of this pollutant include respiratory diseases such as asthma, heart attacks, and cancer. Environmental impacts include destruction of stratospheric ozone, poisoning of forests and water by acid rain, and corrosion of building materials. The solutions of air pollution, such as use of public mode of transportation and use energy efficient devices, is required in order to reduce air pollution. So that's all from us. Thank you.